Without that one old woman, we'd be $500,000 richer. My grandson's fiancée laughed at the engagement party. The words drifted across the country club terrace and settled in my chest like ice. I said nothing. I simply lifted my champagne glass and smiled, because the diamond on her finger had a story she didn't know, and before this celebration ended, neither would her future. The band continued playing while guests admired the decorations and crystal centerpieces. Ethan looked happier than I had seen him in years, and that made what I knew even harder to carry. I watched Brittany greet relatives with polished charm, never realizing that the future she imagined depended on secrets she had not yet uncovered. It had not always been that way. When Brittany first entered our lives, she brought homemade pies to Sunday dinners and remembered birthdays without reminders. Yet over time, every conversation seemed to circle back to property values, investments, and inheritances. Looking back, the pattern was there long before I chose to see it. As the evening stretched on, I stepped away from the ballroom and found a quiet hallway overlooking the golf course. That was when I heard Brittany again. She did not know I was nearby. Laughing softly, she told a friend that once the wedding was over, everything would finally start falling into place. Her friend asked whether Ethan knew anything about the money. Brittany laughed and said he only needed to know what she chose to tell him. I stood perfectly still beside the window. The evening breeze moved the curtains, but suddenly every small detail around me felt sharper than before. Later that night, after most guests had left, I sat alone in my study with a folder I had not opened in years. Inside was a letter from my late husband and the documents connected to a family trust. Reading them again, I realized the coming weeks would reveal far more than anyone expected. The trust had never been about money alone. My husband believed character mattered more than any balance sheet. The documents made that painfully clear. Certain conditions had to be met before a single dollar could change hands. As I closed the folder, I wondered how Brittany would react if she ever learned the truth. 3 days later, I invited Ethan and Brittany to dinner. The meal was pleasant, the conversation ordinary. Yet I noticed how quickly Brittany steered every topic toward future plans, shared assets, and financial security. Ethan smiled beside her, unaware that each answer was quietly revealing more than she intended. After they left, I stood by the kitchen window and watched their car disappear down the tree-lined street. The house was quiet again. In that silence, I made a decision. I would not argue, accuse, or interfere. Some truths reveal themselves best when people believe nobody is paying attention, and Brittany was becoming very confident indeed.